A lot of people question when people cry on the internet. They're like, do they cry and they stop and they record and then continue crying? Or do they not cry and then they cry when they get on the internet? And the answer is, you cry and then you press record while you're crying. And you continue to cry. There you go. That's the answer.
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll see how a man discovered his wife's infidelity after 29 years of marriage. But the cruelest part wasn't just the betrayal. Their 2 daughters were the ones covering for her, so she could meet with her lover during girls' nights. This is pure evil. We want you to smash that like button. Help us reach the goal of 1,000 likes on this video. Leave your comment with your experience and wisdom. We always pin the best comment for the community. Subscribe, and let's get started.
Say what's up, nigga.
Hi.
Yeah, this the kid, right? Y'all say hi, kid.
Hi.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this little Kayla, she's 5. That's Timmy, he's 7. And this Sheree, she's 17.
Now, why would you bring your kids on a first date with a man you barely know? Girl, that's not cute. That is careless.
How the food is, kids? Look good? Look like your food good. You eating a whole lot over there.
Girl, if them babies needed food, why you just didn't say that? Don't call that a date. You should have just asked them, can I bring my kids because they hungry?
So, Mama, what about you? How you feeling?
Everything is good.
Y'all think y'all gonna get something to eat to go? Come on now, I got it. I can handle it. Let's just make sure they eat enough food. They good.
Oh, hell no. Not him playing generous with no intentions of swiping that card. That is audacity with a side of delusional. I don't know. I may get a to-go box for the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, get enough. Y'all make sure y'all fill y'all plate up, all right? Yeah, so when you get you one, make sure you get me in one too. So you feel me? I got it. I'm gonna handle it.
Now, why you setting folks up for embarrassment? You don't do them kids like that. All right.
Let me run to the car real quick. Let me go grab my wallet. I'll be right back.
Okay, no problem.
Y'all know we ain't doing that.
It might not be your responsibility, but when you told them kids to eat up, that became your responsibility. I get it. She had no business bringing no kids on no first date, but you don't do them kids like that. As a man, you should have paid for them kids, and then you should have bounced and never talked to her again.
Damn! That wasn't a date. It was a provider test. A man doesn't have to pay for kids that aren't his on a first outing. Period. She was dishonest from the start. If you need to feed your kids, say it clearly. Don't use the excuse of a date. And he did the right thing by leaving. He wasn't rude. He was clear. He didn't accept an unfair situation. Today, more than ever, a man has to set boundaries. Because if you don't, no one else will do it for you. Now, the question is, what would you have done? Would you pay the bill or leave like that man did? I'll read your comments.
All right, so we're going to start doing tea time with E. And this is what's about to happen. Single mom life dating and what it's about. Caitlin Scholl's posts the most realist stuff ever out there, and I love her for that. Whether it may be rules for dating or rules for her kids, like I literally follow her and I can adapt to that so much. But let me just tell you, I ended my divorce in 2024 of last year. And I started dating a guy shortly after that. And he was a bike rider and he asked me on a date. And so I went and he took me on a ride and we got a drink together. Paid for it. We ended up in like a 4-month fling. He was great at first. Cheated on me, was a POS. We became friends after that. We're not friends now. However, we're back to the dating world, all right? So let's just talk about that, okay? So then I went on a date recently, and I have so many dates I could say we've been on. So this is like part 1 of 567. Went on a date last weekend. He asked me if we could split the check, which was $25. We got 2 drinks and chips and salsa. Red flag. First of all, what are we doing? Can we not? Thank you. I was like, no. And anyways, he paid for it, which thank goodness, because I was not about to split that check with him. I literally left the tip and I was just like baffled by the lack of like manliness in him. Then I went on a date the next night and he paid for our Uber, paid for me a hotel to sleep in if I needed it because we went out, we had some dinner, we had drinks, we had all, all the things, and paid for it all. Princess treatment, I will say, so I've kept him around. But however, we are not going to do this BS like back and forth, splitting the check. Can you do this? Can you do that? No, if you don't have a job and you can't support me or my kids at this point, and I'm not asking you to pay for everything, but at least pay for like what you asked me to participate in. No. So we're going to leave it at there. This is Tea Time with E. We're going to leave that at Single Mom Dating Part 1. And yeah, come back for more.
Oh, hell no!
A man who respects himself doesn't play that game. That woman isn't looking for a relationship. She's looking for an automatic replacement. She just got out of a divorce and already expects to have dates, hotels, and to be supported along with her child paid for. She's not healing. She's just jumping from one man to another expecting princess treatment without responsibility or maturity. On the second date, she gave herself completely just because they paid for the hotel. Honestly, now I understand why she got divorced. She hasn't even taken a year to stabilize, and she's already on her second man. Who knows how many more? Because of things like this, many say a single mother is a red flag.
And is from Cheating Stories. My kids knew about my wife's affair and helped her cover it up. Last week, while my wife, 49 female, was taking a shower, I, 50 male, saw a notification pop up on her phone and went to open it thinking it was one of our daughters, in brackets Maddie 24 and Alice 26 female, confirming what time their girls' dinner was. Instead, I saw an unsaved number saying, I can't wait to see you. And then a kissing emoji.
God, please,
I froze for a second. I clicked on the message and saw a short thread, mostly confirming dinner plans for that evening and how they missed each other, and once a week just wasn't enough. I knew what I saw. 29 years of marriage down the drain. Hoping to catch her in a lie before she left the house, I texted both of our daughters and asked them about the girls' dinner. What happened next broke me to my core. Both girls confirmed the dinner and said they were excited. I couldn't believe it. Not proud of what came next, I turned her location sharing on with me in her phone and let her leave. I followed her to the restaurant, and lo and behold, neither daughter was there, but instead a man I knew was her boss. I was so heartbroken. Part of me was hoping I was just a paranoid freak and my daughters would be there happy to see me, but no, just my cheating wife and her AP. I took pictures of the two of them holding hands and kissing. I know I should have waited, but I couldn't help myself. I was so angry. As soon as I got in my car, I opened the group chat we had as a family, sent them all the photos and said, glad you're enjoying girls' dinner together. I then turned my phone off and drove to my brother's house and asked to stay the night. I woke up the next morning to over 40 texts and 20 voicemails. My wife went through the cheater's playbook of excuses. I didn't even listen to her voicemails.
Wow, this is painful. The hardest betrayal doesn't come from your enemy. It comes from those who live under your roof. And when your daughters fail you along with the woman who should have respected you the most, it's not just infidelity. It's a complete collapse of the home you built. 29 years of marriage, brother. We're talking about a man who gave his whole life to his family, and look how they paid him back. The pain is triple because from the very beginning you know they were all on the cheater's side. Who knows how long they had been doing this? How many nights did they lie to his face, telling him it was a girls' night? Then they complain that men don't trust girls' trips or gatherings, when every day it becomes clearer that many times those are just excuses to be unfaithful. But his revenge, his response, was epic. Check out what he did.
I was about to respond with, I will be getting a divorce. I recommend a lawyer. But my brother stopped me. He told me to meet with a bunch of lawyers first and make sure she couldn't use them. Instead, I just sent the group chat a simple message. I am physically fine, but need time. I will come home when I'm ready. I then muted my phone. I called different lawyers that looked to be the best in town that morning for appointments, met with all of them, and picked the one who looked ready to treat this as a scorched earth as possible. Finally, after spending all day with lawyers, I looked through the messages and both my daughters were apologizing. My youngest daughter, the daddy's girl of the two, was manic. She had texted me almost 50 times saying she never should have lied and hated it every time. Her boyfriend even reached out asking me to please reach out to her, that he didn't know what was going on, but she was on the verge of a panic attack. Maddie, I love you, but please understand that what you've done has hurt me deeply. I need you to give me space. I sent it and within seconds got it. Okay, I'm so sorry. I never should have helped. I'll never forgive myself. I love you too. I didn't respond. Alice was different. We always had a good relationship, but she was a mama's girl through and through. She said she was sorry, but I shouldn't throw away a good marriage because of one mistake. This made me furious. Alice, this isn't a mistake. This is a betrayal from the whole family. Yep. Please don't reach out again until I make first contact. She never responded, but I know she showed it to my soon-to-be ex because she started saying that I shouldn't take this out on Alice. I never responded. I'll never talk to her again except through lawyers. This all happened 5 days ago. I'm still at my brother's and can't contain my feelings. I cry every morning and most of the day. I oscillate between complete debilitating sadness and all-consuming anger. Losing my wife will be hard enough, but how do I ever look at my children again? How do I even begin to forgive them? Alice is supposed to get married in the fall. I've been paying for almost everything. Now I'm probably not going to go. I don't even know how to move forward. I'm completely destroyed.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
This man did the right thing. He was lucky to have a brother who saw the situation from the outside and gave him the best advice. The first thing you should do is find a lawyer and protect yourself. It's clear this is incredibly hard. He literally lost everything. Alice, that daughter who told him not to throw the marriage away, is the same one who tomorrow would copy her mother without thinking twice. If I were him, I'd stop all funding for the wedding. Let them figure it out on their own. In the end, I wouldn't even go. With the ex-wife, zero contact. Everything must go through the lawyer. Excuses don't matter. Whether man or woman, betrayal is unforgivable. He only discovered it once, but in his mind, every girl's night, every lie, and every cover-up by his daughters will live on. I just hope that, at least, he recovers his assets, because you don't get anything for infidelity.
Here's my biggest ick lately with dating, and it is happening all the time. Please tell me if you are dealing with this too. I'm talking about men over-sexualizing me so fast. These are men that I haven't even been on a date with. They're just texting me. We're in the early texting stage, and they already feel comfortable making comments about my appearance, how sexy I am, how hot I am, things they want to do to me, certain body parts, my ass. And you can tell the difference. You can tell the difference between a man being like, you're so beautiful, or you're gorgeous, oh my gosh, and like, you're so sexy, we'd have so much fun. Like, excuse me, sir, why do you feel so comfortable talking to me like that when you haven't even met me? And you will never get to meet me when you lead with that, because it makes me feel disrespected. It makes me feel like a piece of me. I want someone that actually wants to see me, get to know me, love me. And these aren't even young guys, which is why I'm so confused. These are guys in their 30s, 40s, who still haven't learned that women don't just want to be sexual objects, especially with a solid, high-value woman. That shit is not going to fly. I immediately stopped talking to them. I'm so turned off.
Hey, bro. What? Oh, my God!
To the men watching this, remember, the man who shows too much desperation doesn't get the girl. Women run from the guy who looks needy. That's why I always tell men, planning your approach isn't a bad thing. From how to guide the conversation over text to get her to go out with you, to planning the date and what you'll do afterward. My marketing teacher, who taught me the most about seduction, always said, a man has to learn to sell himself. Even though today the world pushes the idea that many women are easy, not all of them are. And if you want the best result, your conversation has to have a purpose to get her on a date. If it's not leading to that, you're wasting your time. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. If you discovered that your partner and even your own children were covering up infidelity, would you cut all ties immediately or try a path of forgiveness? On a first date, should the man pay when the woman shows up with her kids, or is it reasonable to get up and leave? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.